Another interesting question. Welcome to Subramani. Another interesting question. Somebody has asked, how harmful can inflation be? Is in hyperinflation a real worry? I do not know how bad inflation is, but if you go to the markets and try buying vegetables or eggs or anything, prices have definitely gone up. It's perhaps the COVID impact that the people making it have suddenly disappeared, in the sense that the number of vegetable vendors may have gone down. Something has happened because of which I think now there are supply side bottlenecks. I can't imagine what would happen if a few 5-star hotels were to shut down, and suddenly if there is a demand increase, how we would cope with it. I really don't know. But anyway, we have to first talk about hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is something which we have not seen much in India, but inflation was high in the 1970s. So when somebody tells you PPF we got 12%, please tell them inflation was 13%. So they were getting a negative return. 2014, two men ensured that India has low inflation. One is Raghuram Rajan, other is Narendra Modi, because one cannot have happened without the support from the other. So we have had a low inflation from 2014 through 2020, but I think things are going to change in the next couple of months. We will have higher inflation. Hyperinflation, I don't think we need to worry. US had hyperinflation about 300 years ago, somewhere really long back. Germany had it in the 1920s, which is very famous, and it is believed that that is what ushered in the Nazis into power. Hungary had hyperinflation. 2008, Zimbabwe had hyperinflation, which ruined the economy. Right now, Pakistan has pretty high inflation, and therefore the fall in the value of the Pakistani currency. Right, but hyperinflation is not. Hyperinflation means it has to really run far ahead of 8-9%. I think Pakistan is at 8-9%, maybe 10% of inflation, which sounds very high, considering that around the world today inflation is under control and there's a lot of money being pumped in by central banks. So when if Pakistan continues to inflate, what will happen is they will borrow from abroad, and which means the people in Pakistan who are saving, or the NRP, non-resident Pakistan, who is saving it in Pakistani rupees, will stop saving. That will put greater pressure on the foreign exchange and therefore greater pressure on the currency, right? So that this is the impact of hyperinflation. So hyperinflation is what you understand, correct? Inflation completely gone out of the hands of the government. So you keep paying a lot of money for whatever you buy, you look very smart because the prices keep going up. So you buy a house for 1 rupee, suddenly it is worth 1 rupee 10 paise, and you are very happy with the paper profits which you are making till you start buying things for which your rupee or has no value, right? And that's hyperinflation. A little inflation will always be there, though of course there are economists who argue that there should be zero inflation. But some inflation will always be there. How inflation goes down is by the quality of goods improving so much that the need to replace is gone. So you can replace your shoes maybe once in 10 years. I mean, unheard of, right? Earlier you used to replace it maybe every once in 2 years. So if you can use it for 10 years, if you can use it for 12 years, you reduce the need for certain things to be replaced because the quality improves. That is also a reason because of which inflation can come down. In India, I don't think inflation is coming down in a hurry because we have a young population which is consuming a lot. So I don't think inflation is coming down, but will it lead to hyperinflation? I have my doubt. So the other question was, what about inflation? Hyperinflation we have answered. That's it. What happens in hyperinflation is the people who bought or invested are rewarded, and in case of a deflation, what happens is the people who held back, they could be rewarded because prices would keep going down. So both are bad. Deflation is also bad. Central governments don't like it. Central banks don't like it. So I don't think hyperinflation or deflation is happening. And one thing is very clear, even when there is a huge, ugly and a very difficult to handle event like COVID of March 2020, if you had done nothing, if you had continued your SIPs, you would have still not done too badly. I am not saying that the COVID problem is over, because Europe is going for a fresh lockdown. So we might see something bad happening again in India. That might mean that the markets can go down even further. I'm not saying no, but you will hear many such end of the world events. Don't panic, continue your SIP, especially if your income stream is continuing. Yes, if your income stream is hit, then you have no choice but to cut down your SIPs. You may even want to cut down your EMIs, right? Thank you.